Welcome to the channel. My name's Chris Bradley. By the nature of this video, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit as well. So if you don't know who I am, I'm going to introduce myself. All good, but this is the book that we're here to talk about today. This is Fitness Business Mastery, the book that I wrote that pays me £400 per month. They actually pay me every quarter, but it works out around £400 per month. It's an Amazon bestseller. It got bestseller within 48 hours. And I have an audiobook version of the book that has 5,000 downloads. So there's plenty of people that this has impacted very, very positively, which is amazing. And I'm very, very grateful for those who have bought it, left a review and all that good stuff. So today I want to break down why I wrote the book, how I wrote the book, and the big reason behind the book being something that is going to be a game changer for anyone who's just qualified. The subheading is quite literally the book every fitness coach needs to read as soon as they qualify. Think about that. So the example I always give is like when I left my personal trainer course, I left very, very ill prepared, and so did every single coach, because they were never taught how to run a business. And the example I give, like I said, is when you go to walk out, you get your little piece of paper that doesn't really mean anything, but it allows you to be a personal trainer. And when you're walking out, someone shouts you back and says, hey, you forgot the book for you to actually go away and build a business, how to target dream clients, how to actually use systems to actually deliver the service that you're going to be doing as a personal trainer or online coach. So let's get stuck into it. I don't want to bore you with the details of me too much, but I just want to give you an idea of like how I got to the stage of writing this book and where I am today with the MRR agency. So if you don't know me, my name is Chris Bradley. I was a personal trainer for 8 years. I was a gym owner for 2.5 years before we sold the gym and moved fully online. And then I started, at the time it was called The Upgraded Coach, and the book it will be called The Upgraded Coach after we rebranded to become the MRR agency. And I've been helping personal trainers, gym owners, online coaches grow their business for the last 3 years now. So yeah, very well qualified to talk on this subject, because when I was a personal trainer, about 3 years in, I almost left the industry. When I say the industry, I would still have been in the fitness industry, the space at least, but I applied for an assistant manager's position. To give you a little backdrop, is I used to work in Sainsbury's and I used to work in Ladbroke, and I was a manager in both of them. And when I went to work in Pure Gym, I enjoyed it. I loved taking classes and stuff like that, but I hated the unpredictability of running a business because no one knew what to do. And when you speak in the staff room and listen to people, it was like blind leading the blind. So naturally I was just kind of like, I like personal training, it's great fun and stuff, but I just don't like the idea of 1 month I've made 5k, the next I've made 2k. Like I didn't know how to fix it. So I kind of went to take the easy way out, but I convinced myself it was the right way, because at the time Pure Gym was growing very, very quickly, and I thought there was going to be good opportunities within this company here. So I never got the job, and that was the kick up that I needed, the kick in the ass that I needed. You always hear about this, don't you, that moment people have in their career where it's like a breakthrough moment, and that was mine. Mine was that I never got that job, and the salary for that assistant manager position was like 24 grand per year. And so yeah, this is where I'm at now. You know, I've got to the point where I was personal training, overcame that, finally invested in my business. I went to an event in London, realised I was a big fish in a small pond, went to London, and I was like, whoa, I know nothing here. Came back up to Glasgow, bought a MacBook, started working on the business. You know, people in the personal trainers in my gym were like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you on your laptop? You're a personal trainer. Because this is before the world of online coaching. So, and I just started adding things, creating things that made me different and stand out from other personal trainers. Got fully booked, was the most booked in the gym, was the most expensive. And then I opened a gym, COVID hit and all that sort of stuff. And then I opened the gym during COVID with my wife, Cheryl. And before you know it, we had 100 members after the whole COVID bump. And then we just realised, like, we kind of want to travel, we kind of want to have a place abroad and buy a place, like we just want to be chasing the sun every year, all throughout the year, and that's what we did. Sold the gym and equipment. I went fully online. Cheryl took that side of the business while I created The Upgraded Coach, which is now the MRR agency. And yeah, from there, built up enough credibility, loads of events later, building an amazing client community. And I thought, okay, it's time to give back. It's time for me to write the book that I wish I had when I qualified. So I did that, and yeah, I think like what makes this kind of stand out is the idea that, you know, when I was looking and researching other fitness business books, is there wasn't one, any current one, any recent one. Now this was created just after COVID, and it's very, very up to date. There's all these strategies. By the way, all the strategies that are in this book, you kind of read the book and implement it yourself. We created an actual course for like coaches who do qualify in video format, and some coaching to go with it, accountability as well. That's how solid this book is. Now the book is only like 160 170 pages, including acknowledgements, 179, and it's the most digestible book. Like if you're into reading and stuff like that, even if you're kind of semi into reading, you could read this on a flight that's lasts a couple of hours. What I take pride in is the fact that I'm terrible at writing, and this stuff has got pictures, you'll be happy to know. Every single chapter has a case study of someone real in the business who has used the tactics and strategies that we're sharing in the chapters and put them to work to prove it worked. So now let's get on to the idea of the book in itself and how difficult it was. It is single-handedly the hardest thing I've ever done in business, I swear to God. Because number one, I'm not a great writer. I prefer to speak stuff, and when I sat down with a Google Doc to write this, don't get me wrong, the publisher helped a lot in terms of structuring it, but I refuse to get a ghostwriter or whatever on this. This is all me. You can tell it's me, and thank God for the spell checker publishers to fix it. But yeah, so it was the hardest thing I've ever done, because all of a sudden I realised a couple of months in that the work that I'm doing now, waking up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning and to work on this before running the business, was that people aren't going to see this work for another 12 months. And what I realised was every business task that I was carrying out, pretty much, I was looking for instant gratification. Create a piece of content. Okay, how did that content do? Create a resource for clients. Oh, did he like it? And I was constantly seeking that kind of instant gratification from the work that you put in. So this forever changed how I carry out business and how I think about business projects and tasks. Is like, you have to think long term. You're going to get the gratification further down the line, and sometimes the best work gets that. You know, these days in the world of social media and stuff like that, short-term gratification is a really short reel, 15-30 seconds long, put it out there, people hardly watch it because they've got short attention spans, and I hate that. So one of the amazing things about the book is that the reason it stands out so much in the industry is like people will just refuse to do it because it's too much work. So I'm so glad I powered through. There was times, I'm not going to lie, where I was just like, what is the point in that? And you know, you spend a good bit of money, you don't make a ton from it, but it's the impact that you have that you can never measure. And yeah, has it been worth it? 100%, but I still remember how hard it was. Just piecing together sentences, trying to get all your knowledge and your thoughts out into something that's digestible, because I was putting myself in the shoes when I was really kind of busy as a personal trainer, trying to juggle it all, a lot of stress, trying to grow the business. And I was like, would I have time for something that's in-depth? And I also just didn't want the publisher to try and make it fancier than it should be. I wanted it to be so simple. So that's what I did, and that's what I stuck to, and I'm so proud of sticking to it for that. So let's talk about what's actually in the book. Now, a big thing that the book has, and I'm just going to read quickly the title of each chapter. So chapter 1 is the advanced belief system. Chapter 2 is laser targeting, how to find out your dream client. Chapter 3 is build authority, so what actually is authority and how you can benefit from raising your authority as you get more established and more confident. Chapter 4 is nurturing leads, so as it sounds, how to nurture a lead. What is a lead? We break it all down from literally to make it jargon free. That's another promise that I made with this book, to be jargon free. Chapter 5 is irresistible offer, how to craft an irresistible personal trainer or online coaching offer. Chapter 6 is epic education, how to educate your clients so that it's not just about the personal training session. How to create videos, how to tell the world about your knowledge and package it up in a way that positions you as the expert. Chapter 7, solid systems, self-explanatory, but systems in terms of that you can install in your business that save you time, that combine systems with the personal process for the perfect business strategies. And then we have chapter 8, which is sales funnels, looking at how you pre-qualify clients, how you track leads. And chapter 9 is slick sales, so how to actually sell in a way that suits you and suits your values and stuff. And that's pretty much the chapters. So yeah, I think the only thing left to say now is why you should get your copy of the book. You should get your copy of the book because, quite simply, we have had 5,000 downloads on the Audible. We have this book on Amazon that you can go and buy. It's cheap as chips. But I have had messages from people in America, Australia, all over the world that this book has impacted them. So, when I think of the amazing agency that we've built and stuff like that, great. But this book has had that lasting impression, and it's been amazing that, when I get a client into our highest tier, it all started with this book. So if you're a brand new personal trainer, or if you've been personal training for a while and you just can't connect the dots, this is for you. If you're an online coach, I want you to read this through the lens of an online coach now, because you're going to see all the stuff that you never saw before as a personal trainer. Look at this through the lens of an online coach and you will get online clients. So that's pretty much it. I urge you to go and grab this book. If you've already read the book, I'd love you to go on Amazon and leave a little review. Like I say, I'll put the link below for Amazon for the book. And yeah, the book every fitness coach needs to read as soon as they qualify, and if you never read it when you qualified, that could be why you're struggling. So go and grab the book, and I'd love any feedback that you have on it. Don't forget to either like, comment or subscribe. The big question is, are you going to like, are you going to comment, or are you going to subscribe? I'll keep an eye out for your name popping up.